Welcome back to the Marvel Movie Minute, a daily podcast in which we smash apart the films of the Marvel Cinematic Universe into 1-minute chunks so we can analyze them in scrupulous detail. I'm Kyle Olson from the Road to Infinity podcast.
Hey, and I'm Rob Cabasco. And Kyle, in a serious tone, we're both alive.
Yes.
Looking at each other right
Yeah.
now. Have you ever been in a car accident?
I have.
Yes. Was it scary? I mean, scary,
Sure.
obviously, right? But when it happened, could you believe how fast time went?
Yeah,
in the moment.
It was the fast slow.
Right?
So it's sort of like I saw it happening, and all of a sudden this is what I've learned is the adrenaline kicks in,
Right,
and supercharge your brain. So you feel like you're going in. It's the Flash,
Yes.
So suddenly you're going in super speed, and I had to make the decision of where on my car am I going to run into this truck?
Yes.
So I had to
right?
strategically go okay, I don't want to head on. I'm going to turn this way so I can get it. So I just end up clipping the side of my hood and that kind of thing. But then you sort of come back to real time, okay.
And then what happened, right?
Yeah.
I can remember when my wife and I had first met, I was here at college. We were driving someplace here at home, and I was in the back seat. She was going through an intersection, and in the corner of my eye, I see a car, and I realize the car's not stopping for the red light. And just in that whole time you just said, exactly, my brain just went, I wonder what this is going to feel like.
Yeah.
And the car clipped the back of our car. We go spinning around,
yeah.
right, and everything like that.
Yeah.
I bring this up because I find in this minute there are some interesting moments where people are in vehicles. Things quickly happen to them.
That's right.
And how is their reaction? And is it real?
Yeah.
Is it realistic? That's what we're going to talk about.
Yeah. So we're gonna get to some vehicular action here in minute 56 of 2008's Incredible Hulk, directed by Louis Leterrier. So we pick up where we left off, which is the Hulk is being blasted by these sonic cannons, and you know what? It's working.
Yes, it is.
So we talked a little bit about this in the last minute too, but okay, Ross's plan actually was terrible up to this point. I mean, it was awful.
It's a terrible plan.
Guys, have we tried more bullets?
Yeah.
So now this is actually working. The two the sonic cannons, pinpointed on the Hulk, is stopping him in his tracks.
And we immediately cut to a scene of Ross happily holding his nose up to the wonderful predicament that he has created for the Hulk.
It's a great sweeping shot because it's shot low.
Yes.
That's always the rule in filmmaking is you want a character to seem more powerful, shoot him low. If you want him to seem weaker, you shoot him high. So that it's you're sort of looking up you're looking up at a statue. That's the thing. So that's what it is. It's very much chin up, yep, I got him this time.
Hubris.
Yeah, that's right. Yeah.
There's only one place to go from there.
That's right. Oh, Ozymandias.
Yeah.
So yeah, the Hulk is paralyzed. He can't move forward or backward. Anything. He is stuck between these two blasts because it is a sonic cannon. We get to see him clutching his head. So it's getting to his inner ear. He's can't focus. It really is doing the job.
Not just is it physically paralyzing, but also there's an audible component. So it's meant to really try to debilitate you, which is what it's trying to do.
Yeah, which is exactly what it's doing.
Right.
And we got a shot of Blonsky watching
oh yeah,
all right.
He's very happy about this.
He's probably his ears are probably ringing too because he got a little dose of it and he's that close to it. And then we have. Then Betty tries to get Ross out because she sees how much damage this is doing to the Hulk / Bruce, and tries to get him to stop, and he is having none of it. So she's pleading with him, please, you're killing him, stop. And they basically, he orders her taken away. So we see there's Terry Notary again, and then Bloody Nose Soldier, who we still have not found the name for, and they drag her away. So as this is happening, the Hulk still has super hearing, and he hears something going on, and even through the distortion, when we cut to a Hulk POV, the sound is rippling through and stuff, and we can hear her screaming as she's doing it. So he can't really see because of the disruptor, I should say repulsor / sonic attack, but he knows something is happening with her and she's in danger, and that's a trigger for the Hulk. So then he sort of marshals his strength, and we see him really muscling down of okay, even as you can see him hunched over trying to do something, and the sonic cannons are still causing all these ripples across his back that he's still in pain. And so he makes a big move here. He grabs one of the shields and pulls itself up, and we see they cut to Ross, and Ross has this oh no.
Right. This whole moment.
Yeah.
I really like. Well, I like the one how we've as Betty's saying this to Ross. Ross isn't even looking at her, right? Like just the horrible stern father, right?
Yeah.
Who's just like, nope, not today, right?
I'm at work, honey.
And then you see the Hulk in this amazing shot of the Hulk's face.
Yeah.
That is pure fury and anger. And through I think it's a wonderful effect if you slow it down. You can see the ripples of that sonic wave.
Yeah.
How it's distorting the view. Oh, it's fantastic. And like you said, you can see it across his skin, everything.
Yeah.
Some really nice effects work here.
And some really great pants, as you pointed out.
The pants... Okay.
They should have gotten a tie-in with Levi's or Lee or something like that because these pants.
No, what are we talking about here is when we watch the clip before we start recording,
Yeah.
we always look at everything. And there's a great shot, fully lit, of his pants, and there are some stretchy pants because they're enormous and they're not shredded. It's kind of ridiculous, but that's okay. It's the Hulk.
It's the Hulk.
It's what
one of his side powers is not ripping through pants.
And our two soldiers, Bloody Nose Guy, just and not only does he get a ton of screen time, but in every shot right now, the same,
Yeah. What am I seeing? So the Hulk gets his two shields, the things that he had ripped earlier off of the modern art in the park there, and gets the two of them in his hands and plants himself and uses one as a shield. So like it's basically not stopping the sonic thing, but it's getting it
buffering.
It's buffering it, right? And behind it, so he's gathering his strength, which I think is really good because it's not like he's not instantly as strong as he needs to be. That's the thing about the Hulk. It's like the madder he gets, the stronger he gets has always been the thing in the comics. So he's sort of like he has a plan. We don't know what it is yet, but he has a plan. So he's gathering himself together. That gives him enough of a break. And that's when the Ross's oh crap face.
It's a fantastic move from. Oh no!
Yeah. As he's like holding the Hulk is holding back the power, and he gets the other one, and then just in the last minute drops it, and then shoots that other shield like an arrow, and it just races across the ground and cuts the Humvee in half. Like literally in half. You can see the if you freeze frame it, the pieces of them fall to either side, and the metal is scorched from the speed of this thing. So we talked about before when he threw the forklift and all these things he thrown, and when he even throws the drivetrain of the other Humvee and it knocks it into. I mean the speed of this thing.
So this is why I brought up car accidents at the beginning.
You're sitting in the Humvee.
Right, now this is a Humvee. They're sitting in the Humvee, and the one guy's the one guy's on top.
Yeah.
The one guy's in the driver's seat. The other guy's on top, operating the sonic cannon
with noise canceling headphones, probably listening to some Enya.
Now, okay, so two little issues with this, and the shot moves back where you see as the projectile's coming towards them, they bail out of the vehicle, and then really within a half second, the vehicle is filleted into two pieces.
Yeah.
Physics. How did he pitch the piece of metal? Is it over the level of the sonic blast?
I think it's hard to see because it happens so fast. But as far as I can tell, it sort of races along the ground. So it should still be under or on, because you'd almost see a trail where it went. So from his hand, it sort of races along the ground, almost like a shark fin, cutting through the grass the way through. Which you're right. I mean, obviously a force strong enough to stop the Hulk should be able to stop a piece of metal, but not when it's propelled at 800 miles an hour.
Right, depending on how he's. But I like the fact that there is probably this little window of sonic blast that's not happening because the thing is mounted on top of the Hummer.
Yeah.
Oh,
yeah. See, that's what I think of it as. I mean, obviously, and then it goes, and then because it's going so fast, it literally cuts through the metal. But
okay, so
there's obviously there is some sense of
wonkiness.
Because if a piece of metal is going so fast that it can cause metal to melt, why itself wouldn't melt before it did that? You could, there's. I mean, but then you get into bullet physics and Big Bertha.
Projectile.
Exactly.
Okay,
so yeah, but comic books.
Right. No, of course. Second point I would make is
yes.
I don't know if I would get off the vehicle in time.
right?
I think
Because the guy does the
both of them they clear
the driver,
the vehicle.
it leaps out. If you see it like from second by second, and we broke it down frame by frame, the driver leaps out, and the gunner, I guess,
right.
the guy on the turret leaps out too before it hits, so they see this thing coming in that half a second. And
that
go,
just seems convenient.
These are trained Hulkbuster soldiers.
Yeah, that's
See, these are the guys who knew what they were going to be facing.
It's a cool effect.
It is a cool
it's
effect.
done very well. But
this is the G.I. Joe rule. When they blow up a Cobra ship, you see in the background the Cobra Viper with his parachute coming down.
Well, hey, point.
Yes.
For a future minute.
Sure.
There is a difference here in how we treat the army men in this. Army men, most of the times we're trying to show that they are not hurt.
Yeah.
Until
most of the time.
Spoiler.
Yeah.
Maybe the next minute that doesn't happen.
No, there's a couple of these. I'm like, oh no, not everyone went home from this.
Not everybody went home from this.
No, and not
anyway.
even in I think. So yeah, so then that lessens it enough. So like knocking out the one sonic cannon, basically gives him enough room that he actually can handle the other one. So from that, he's able to physically move again, and Hulk leaps up into the air and drops a massive elbow onto this Humvee.
Oh my God! As God is my witness, he is broken in half.
It is a straight WWE move.
No.
I mean, that is absolutely from the top turnbuckle.
And JR is right.
Yeah.
The Hummer is broken in half.
Yes. Would you like to know how they did this?
Oh, yes,
Because
I would.
this was actually in the making of this fight.
Excellent.
It's real.
What?
They actually did this. They got in essentially like an 800-pound weight that was essentially the size of a Humvee, hung it in the air, and dropped it. All they did for the special effects is change the weight into the Hulk. What you see on screen, that Humvee mashing into the ground as something massive hits it, is because a massive thing hit a Humvee and mashed it into the ground.
Can I ask a question?
Yeah.
Okay, that's amazing.
How great is that job, though,
Now, that
right?
job's incredible. The person who gets to press the button that
Right?
drops the weight,
Yeah.
right? Does that make sense?
Well, in
Because
terms of what?
CG, well, compared to you getting the vehicle, getting the 800-pound weight, getting
Sure.
the crane, getting all the safety and security supervision people to do all this,
Yeah.
dropping the weight, destroying that vehicle,
Yeah.
then hauling everything away.
Right.
Some guy with a Hummer like CGI and just drop the weight. Is it?
Well, 2008, it's
some
easier just
particle
to
effects,
destroy stuff as opposed to I still appreciate that. I still appreciate like if you're gonna have a car spec, and we're gonna see in future minutes, like in next couple of minutes actually, they did a lot of stuff practically that they could.
In this situation, and I guess the way you'd look at it is that okay, when you're dealing with a purely CG character,
Yes.
this is one way to help
Yeah.
create the illusion.
Right, because then he's the only CG
Yeah.
element in it. Well, not only, but I mean he's
Right.
like the major, as opposed to you. Then you get into the plastic toys fighting each other thing, where
Right.
it's like it's
And we
an
know how
Unreal
that turns
thing,
out.
picking an Unreal thing, throwing it at
Right.
an Unreal thing.
Right.
Okay.
Gotcha.
We don't need to call it. Everyone in their minds is knowing what movies we're talking about when we do this. We don't have to call them out.
I think so.
Yeah. So then, as he drops, and we see the gunner jump out. We don't see the driver jump out, but we saw it in the previous shot from the other one, so we assume
Right.
that he got out as
These
well.
guys made it too. I
Yeah,
think.
and Ross, they cut back to Ross like,
He's kind of got that.
I was so close.
He's got that pulled lip when you put your lips together and
Yeah.
you pull back one of the sides. It's just like, yeah.
Yeah, but give Ross credit though, he does pivot fast because his next line is, "Where's the gunship?"
Okay.
That's my William Hurt impression.
No, and then we cut to a
and we
CG
cut
of,
to a shot of the gunship, and we'll
Right.
talk more about that when it shows up.
yeah, because that's it. We just ended
because
right
there
there.
is a helicopter on its way, and it'll when it gets here, we'll talk more specifically about it.
Now,
And that's the end of minute 56.
yeah, that is it. Okay, but. And I'm not like nitpicking this, but you had all
Well,
this stuff.
That is kind of our job.
Did you really? You know what you're dealing with.
Yes.
Wouldn't you just lay this all out and go, all of it?
Yeah.
Hey, here's
All
what we're going
at
to
the
do,
same time.
guys.
Yeah.
All of it.
Right.
But is that not how the military must think? Like, well, no, we do this because we don't want to waste resources because
Yeah.
we're trying to.
Yeah. Or
trying to pace ourselves.
Or there's a Marvel one shot out there where the guys are like, "Oh man, we were supposed to be in the helicopter." I'm sorry, we're gonna need those drinks to go. Like we gotta.
Oh, dude.
There's them running for the. In the meantime, if you want to know what we're doing, but while you're waiting for minute 57 to drop, you can follow us on all the social media stuff. We're on Instagram, we're on Twitter, we're on Facebook. Just look for The Next Reel, and then you can go to MarvelMovieMinute.com to find out more what specifically we're doing. Thank you all for listening. We'll see you back here for minute 57 when the gunship arrives. Hope you had a smashing good time. Until next time, true believers.
Bye.